Okay, so let's go over the example that we had in class just to make sure that we understand exactly how to read this, and then we will go into explanations of how you know their genotypes. So, first it's asking for a male, a female, and a marriage. So again, we're going to change this example from a marriage to parents. Or excuse me, to... Yeah, sorry. That was parents. My bad. Sorry, guys. Okay, so it's a male, a female, and then when they become parents. So, a person who expresses the trait will be shaded in. A person who does not will be blank. A connection between a parent and offspring will have that further line down. So, let's try. Remember, one category, a separate category. Okay. So our labels we have provided are A, B, C, and D. We know from our key on our notes, we're just going to keep that right there. I know y'all's is double-sided, sorry. We're just going to keep our notes right there. And we know that a male is a square. So we're going to count we're going to look at which one of our provided choices is a square. C. A female, we know from our graph that a female is a circle, so we're going to look for which one's a circle, labeled A. And we have labeled here parents, which is a cross between, so we're going to look for which is labeled that cross. We see that's B. All right, a person who expresses the trait, so that is an affected. The trait shows up in the phenotype. We know that those are fully shaded in squares. Or, fully shaded in shapes. So we see here a shaded in circle that's labeled A, so we know that that is A. A person not affected, unaffected, that we discussed in our notes over there, that was not labeled, but we added it, is, the camera's going blurry, is an unshaded shape or a blank shape. So that one is labeled C. And then we see here offspring here, and then it goes in birth order left to right. So we have offspring is this stick down here. So then we're going to look, this stick is here, labeled D. Okay? Now it asks how many generations are present. Well, you're counting how many lines there are. So we have 1 row, 2 rows, 3 generations. All right, so that's just a quick practice. Let's talk about how we know the likely genotypes of individuals A and C. So individual A is affected. And individual C is unaffected. Oops, excuse me. It slipped. Unaffected. So we know that their genotypes have to be different because their phenotypes are different. So the question is which one is dominant, which one is recessive. And if either is heterozygous,